Well, I'm going to show you how to create a Google form with weighted answers. First of all, you have to type in the URL of Google Docs. Choose your account, click Create, and choose the form. Here you have to write the title, and then you choose the skin whatever you want. I'm going to choose the most basic one. As a question title, I'm going to keep it simple by really deleting it. The question type, you can choose any type of response from the user, but I prefer to use checkbox. Instead of option 1, I'm going to write simple answer A. I click done, and I repeat by adding another item, a tick box, and again, instead of option 1, I write simple answer B, and I will always click done. This can be done repeatedly for every answer, obviously with any answer you want. I'm just writing simple answer just for an example. I'm going to repeat this for 5 times just to give you an example. Always click done and repeat add item for how many questions you've got. Basically, that is all our sample form. Now all we have to do is to test it and then write the formulas. Up here you can see that there are still no responses, so let's type in a response. In this case, I'm going to choose all the answers. I click submit. I go back to the Google form. I can see that there is already one response, obviously the one I have done right now, and I can see view responses. You can see the timestamp and the answers that I have answered. In my case, I've answered all of them. To give them some weight or marks, I'm going to type the answer, the expected answer, up here in the title. Make sure that you copy exactly what you've got in row number 2. So how I'm going to give weight? This has to be done by writing a formula. So I have to find a space somewhere here. Click here. So basically I'm going to give the total score for the perfect score. So the perfect score is when you choose all answers, like in my case row 2, or better still row number 1. So I'm going to take an example for row number 1 by inputting the formula equals if, open brackets, if I click here, if answer B1 equals, open inverted commas, and I write sample answer A, or any answer you expect to get, close inverted commas, and comma. Then I have to give the mark. So if I get an answer A, then I give 1 mark to that. If I don't get answer A, otherwise I get a score 0, nil. And I close brackets, I press center, and here it is, I've got 1 mark because this cell is sample answer A, which is similar to the formula, thereby it is 1. So if I just drag and drop all this row, I will get all zeros. Why? Because if I look at the formula, it says this: if cell C1 is equal to sample answer A, which is not, in this case it is sample answer B, it gets a 1. So it only gets a 1 if the answer was sample answer A. Otherwise, it will get a 0. So in my case, I would say that for this cell, if cell C1 is sample answer B, which is answer B, I should get a score of 1, otherwise 0. I press enter, and there it is, I've got score 1. Let's repeat this for sample answer C, which in this case, in the formula, I've got an A, that's why I've got a 0. So, let's give it some weight. If, say, I want that answer C gets a high score of 5 marks, then I would say if sample answer C, sorry about that, if I get sample answer C, I will give it 5 marks, otherwise I will get 0 marks. So I will repeat myself, D, I will get 2 marks, and E, just 1 mark. But I have still to change the letter from A to E. So, basically, the perfect score for row 1, because it's the best answer, should be 5, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. It should be a perfect score of 10. So, that's the best benchmark I can get, at 10 marks. So, if I drag and drop this column to repeat for row number 2, I would get if B2 is sample answer A, it gets a 1. So again, this is the perfect score. Let's repeat again for another example. I'm going to submit another response. I'm going to choose C, E, and A this time only. And I click submit. I go to my responses. I just wait for a second or two. And here it is. I've just chosen sample answer A, C, and D. So I drag and drop, because now I'm going for if B3, so this is 3. So as you can see, I've got a score 1, I've got a score 0 because I didn't answer anything. For column D, I've got a weighted score of 5 marks. For column D, I did an answer, so I get a score 0, and for answer E, I got a score 1. So basically, all we have to do now is add some totals, which is equal to sum of drag and drop. So for this I've got score, perfect score, and for the row 3 I've got score 7. I could always make something conditional formatting. How it is done? By giving it some color. I right click over here, I go to conditional formatting, and I would say that if the number is, say, greater than 8, then the background color should be red. I save the rule. I click here. I'm going to right click again and say conditional formatting, and I want to add another rule. So if it is greater than 8, I get a red color. If it is smaller or less than 7, the background color should be, well, let's give it green. I save the rule. So as you can see, this is red because it's greater than 10. If I drag and drop to extend the rule, the 7 is less than 8, so it should be green. Let me check what's happening here. Okay, if it is less than 7, because it is equal than 7, so since it is 7, it is white, but okay, so this is less than 7, it is green. So if we repeat again for the last time, I'm going to submit a response. So I'll take sample answer see only and submit. I go to the response, I just drag and drop. Since I only answered one question, which was the weighted question, which is 5, 5 is less than 7, so it is green. There you go. This is how you do a sample kit. It's very, well, let's say it's beta version, but it will do just the job. Sorry about that again. Thank you again for watching my video.